Here are my opinions on every new Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Remember that I have some pretty weird taste in Pokemon, so if you're ever bothered by my having of these opinions, skill issue plus cope. Sprigatito is really cute. My only complaint is that we already got a cat starter 2 generations ago, but I honestly don't care that much. 8 out of 10. Florigato is not what we were hoping for, but it's honestly way better than I was expecting. It's not quadrupedal, but it's still my favorite of the middle evolution starters. To be fair though, there wasn't much competition. 6.5 out of 10. Hot take, Meowscarada is cooler than Incineroar. I just love how pompous its facial expression makes it look. I don't care what you say, I love it. 10 out of 10. Fuecoco looks like it eats crayons, which means I can relate to it personally. I was very happy to pick him in my playthrough of Scarlet. 10 out of 10. Crocalor gave me second thoughts on picking Fuecoco. It just looks kind of dumb, but not in a cute way like Fuecoco. It's too similar to Fuecoco in my opinion, and while I like Fuecoco, Crocalor is just not nearly as lovable. I like the sombrero though. 4 out of 10. Skeletors is really cool. I appreciate the Pokemon for remaining quadrupedal, and the more I look at it, the more it grows on me. 7.7 out of 10. Quaxley is a fine young specimen. The hair looks nice, and I think the overall design is rather simplistic in a way that kinda makes me love it. 9 out of 10. Quaxwell looks weird. I think I would like it more if it had hair more like Quaxley. 4.2 out of 10. I really like Quaquaval. I understand people who don't like it, but I just really feel like it pulls off the look it's going for. 7 out of 10. Lechonk is a cute round boy, and the name is perfect. The only thing I would change is removing the yellow things under its eyes. There might be an origin for them that I'm not aware of, but to me it just looks like it's tearing up. Still, it's a very good look for an early game normal type. 8 out of 10. I've been sitting here for 5 minutes and I still don't know what to say about Oinkologne. 4 out of 10, I think. Tarountula is cute and creative. 6.5 out of 10. Spidops is really cool. It looks like it has some kind of mask on it, and its lanky design is really creepy. 7 out of 10. Nimble's okay. It's a bug that I have no strong feelings for, other than I wish it were Bugsteel. 6.5 out of 10. I like Lokix way more than Nimble. It's just pretty cool. 7 out of 10. Pommy is cute. 6.4 out of 10. Pommo is Pommy, but standing up and with the colors desaturated. A pretty pointless evolution. 4 out of 10. And Pomot is fine enough, but I kind of wish Pommy just evolved straight into Pomot. Though to be fair, I think Pommy evolving just to stand up is kind of hysterical in a way, so what do I even know? 6.5 out of 10. When I first saw Paldean Wooper, I was kind of disappointed at how similar it was to normal Wooper. But after reading its dex entry about how it lost a territorial struggle and had to adapt to life on land, I was a bit more interested. I like it. 7 out of 10. Clodsire is Clodsire. What else is there to say? 10 out of 10. Tandemaus are cute and the concept is creative, but I don't understand what makes a pair of them one Pokemon. It's not like Magneton where they're clearly connected. They just seem like 2 different Pokemon. But I still kind of like them. 6 out of 10. I don't understand why they count as one Pokemon. It just doesn't make sense. 5.9 out of 10. I really like Fido. The concept is creative and I think the execution's very good. And I love calling it purebred. 8 out of 10. Darkspun is that perfect combination of cool and cute that just come together to make a great Pokemon. The toasted bread look is perfect for an evolution of Fido, and the color scheme is just so warm. 10 out of 10. To be honest, I liked Smoliv a lot more when it was first announced, but I'm not nearly as in love with it as I used to be. I still think it's cute, but compared to the other Pokemon we have, I don't find it particularly special. The name is kind of carrying it. 6.4 out of 10. Dolliv is more fun to me. I just think it's cute and an overall improvement of Smoliv. Also, I like the name. 7.2 out of 10. Arboliva is a pretty cool Pokemon, but to be honest, I think I like Dolliv a bit more. 7.1 out of 10. Squawkobly is okay. 5 out of 10. Knackley is a pretty awesome base form Pokemon. I like the concept of one based on salt, and I think the name is a great subtle way to tie into that. I also find its glowing eyes really cool. 7 out of 10. Knacklestaff looks like a Minecraft mod, and I respect it for that, but to be honest, I don't find it amazing. 6 out of 10. Garganical is honestly kind of disappointing to me, because I know I would like it so much more if it didn't have that tacky cube pyramid on its head. But the rest of the Pokemon does look cool, so I guess it's a 5.6 out of 10. Annihilate is amazing. Primeape was a great choice for a regional evolution. Annihilate has an awesome look and an awesome typing. I don't think I could ask for anything else in a regional variant. 10 out of 10. Charcadet is a pretty cool looking Pokemon. I see why people love it, but I just personally don't have very strong feelings for it. 6.7 out of 10. Basically everything I said about Charcadet applies to Armarouge, but I really like the floating armor pieces on this side and how it looks like it has a flag. 7.5 out of 10. I love the concept of retractable blades, and I think Cerulean looks really cool. 7.5 out of 10. Tadbulb is kind of cute, but I don't think it needs to exist as a Bellibolt pre-evolution. It doesn't look a lot like Bellibolt, and I feel like a Lightbulb Pokemon could have had a more interesting evolution line. And I think Bellibolt would work fine as a standalone Pokemon. 5 out of 10. Bellibolt's another weird one to me. I don't really like the fake eyes on the side of its head. Even the Pokedex doesn't explain what they're for. I would like the Pokemon a lot more if the side eyes were just gone. I know there's probably an origin behind them, but I don't really care. 5.7 out of 10. Wattrel is a pretty good early game bird. I like the color scheme. 6.5 out of 10. Kilowattrel is really cool. The design and color scheme are awesome. 7.5 out of 10. I am so sorry, Dunsparce fans. Years and years of waiting for Dunsparce to get an evolution and so many pieces of fan art, and this is what it amounts to. It's disappointing, but to be honest, if Dunsparce was introduced in this generation, I wouldn't be so harsh on the Dunsparce. But on its own, it's fine enough, so I guess 4.2 out of 10. Fergiraffe is cute, unique, and tall, all of which I love about it. Giraffarigue has needed something to bring it attention for a long time, and I think this is a perfect way to do it. I don't know what else I could ask out of it. 10 out of 10. Mashtiv is okay. The fact that it's supposed to look ridiculous and that nobody takes it seriously no matter how hard it tries is kind of funny, but then again, I can't really take it seriously enough to have a strong opinion on it, so 5.5 out of 10. Mabastiff is a very, very good boy. 8 out of 10. Strudel is weird. I don't find anything about it particularly appealing. 3.7 out of 10. Grafaiai is near perfect. Its color scheme is perfect, its posture is perfect, the fact that it appears to be biting its own hand is perfect. He's an absolute skrunkly. 10 out of 10. I'll give my opinion on all three forms of Paldean Tauros. The fighting type is basically just Tauros but black, but somehow I think it works. 6 out of 10. The water fighting type is the most distinct, and I think it looks pretty neat. 6 out of 10. And the fire variant's pretty cool. 6 out of 10. Bramblin's fine enough. 5.7 out of 10. I think Brambleghast is solid. 5.6 out of 10. Toadstool is such a goofy Pokemon. The creativity here is just amazing. 8.6 out of 10. Toadcruel takes the creepy aspects of Tentacruel, but puts it on land so that it can run after you. That's awesome. Making the Tentacool line forest-based in Paldea rather than water-based was just a perfect idea. 8 out of 10. Klawf looks extremely disturbed, and I like that. I definitely think it could use an evolution though. 7.5 out of 10. I'm not a fan of Capsicid. I don't find it particularly appealing. 4 out of 10. Scovillain is kind of ugly and kind of cool at the same time. I'm very split on this Pokemon. The typing is cool, but Scovillain itself just looks kind of off. I might need some more time for my opinion on this guy to settle. 5 out of 10, I guess. I don't care much for Rellor. It just kind of looks like a dung beetle without any real changes. 5 out of 10. Robska, on the other hand, is more creative. I love the color scheme, and it's interesting that people believe the true body of the Pokemon is the ball. 7 out of 10. Flittle kind of gets on my nerves. I have no idea what it's going for, but it doesn't look good. It just feels so incomplete. 3 out of 10. Espathra is amazing. 8 out of 10. Tinkatink and Tinkatuff are fine. 5 out of 10. I love Tinkaton, and I know that's not controversial. I always found giant cartoon hammers really funny, especially when a tiny character's holding one. And Tinkaton just looks like it would destroy you without a second thought. Awesome. 10 out of 10. Wiglet doesn't need to exist. Diglett already received an Alolan form 2 generations ago. The execution's okay though. 4 out of 10. Wugtrio at least looks cooler to me. I like that it has the 3 heads coming out of a rock. I also find this shade of red just really nice for some reason. 6.7 out of 10. I really like Bombardier. 9 out of 10. I'm surprised it took us this long to get a dolphin Pokemon, and I appreciate Finnison for what it is. 6.9 out of 10. Palafin looks really stupid, but why did they design its gameplay to be so cool? The way you use it is by first playing Zero Form Finnison, then switching it out and back in to become Palafin. That's honestly a really interesting gimmick, and you're definitely incentivized to use it when Palafin's base stat total is 650. And the fact that it looks so stupid almost makes its absurd power just funny. If this were solely on looks, Palafin would probably have one of the lowest scores on this list, but taking in more context, Palafin gets a 7 out of 10. Varoom really just looks like an engine. Like, it's kind of just an engine with eyes. 3 out of 10. Rivaroom looks pretty neat. It's an interesting concept, and I think the execution was solid, and I'll always appreciate it for making the Team Star bases more memorable. 7.2 out of 10. I always thought Cyclizar was really cool, but seeing it in game made me adore it. I just love this guy. It's so creative, it's cute, it's cool, and I really wouldn't change anything about it. 10 out of 10. Orthworm is kind of odd. I don't really know how I feel about it. 5 out of 10. Glimit's another one that I don't really know how I feel about yet, but I'm definitely leaning towards liking it. 5.5 out of 10. Glimmora is cute and kind of bizarre. I like it. 5.8 out of 10. I love Gravebeard, he's just adorable. Also, that trailer with him was definitely one of my favorites, and made me really excited for the game. 8 out of 10. Houndstone is a perfect evolution for Gravebeard. It's way creepier, yet still so lovable. We've been needing a skeleton Pokemon for a long time, and Houndstone definitely delivers on that. 10 out of 10. I've been hoping for a Flamingo Pokemon for a long time, and Flamingo is okay. It kind of just looks like a normal Flamingo. There's clearly way more they could have done, but it's not bad. I think I like it. 6 out of 10. Cetoddle's nice. I kind of see the appeal in it. I'm not a huge fan though. 5 out of 10. Cetitan's name is probably the coolest thing about it, but the concept of a land whale is pretty inspired, and I think the design is creative. I probably would have done something a bit different though. 6 out of 10. Kingambit's amazing. I've always kind of felt like Bisharp needed an evolution, and this guy just looks way better than I ever imagined. 10 out of 10. Veluza looks kind of cool, but mostly just makes me laugh with how rigid its body is. 6.7 out of 10. Dodonzo is like Wailord, but more friend-shaped. 7.1 out of 10. Tatsugiri is really cute, and I find its synergy with Dodonzo really interesting. 8 out of 10. Great Tusk looks amazing, and Donphan has really deserved something for a long time. However, and this goes for every Paradox Pokemon, what is with the names? Great Tusk? That's not a name, that's a category, and you know it. Anyway, it's still cool, so 8 out of 10. Screamtail looks really creepy and menacing. A really creative design choice for Jigglypuff. I really like it. 7.8 out of 10. Brutebonnet is slightly better than Amoonguss, but I don't even really like Amoonguss. Still, I see it growing on me with time. 6 out of 10. I find Fluttermane very appealing, and that's basically all I have to say about it. 7.4 out of 10. Slitherwing is a really cool form for Volcarona. 7.1 out of 10. Sandy Shock is interesting. I guess it's fine. 5.4 out of 10. Iron Treads looks off. I don't think I like it. 4.7 out of 10. I can't stand how they make so many of these future Pokemon just machines. Case in point, Iron Bundle is literally just a robot Delibird. I don't have any problems with Delibird, but Iron Bundle just annoys me for taking up another slot in the Pokedex. 2 out of 10. Iron Hand is another robot, but I appreciate it for looking different enough from Hariyama. 3.7 out of 10. Iron Jugulis has the same problem Iron Bundle has, where it literally just looks like they took the Pokemon and changed the textures. That's not unique, that's not clever, that's not a good score. 3 out of 10. Iron Moth looks really neat, but I'm just really bored of robot Pokemon. To be fair though, this is one of my favorites of them, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Iron Thorns has all the same problems of the previous Pokemon, but I honestly think it looks kinda cool. Frigibax doesn't look real. It looks like... I don't even know what it looks like. 3 out of 10. Arctobax looks pretty chill. I really like it. 6.5 out of 10. I like that Excalibur is an Ice-type pseudo-legendary, and I just think it looks really cool. 7.4 out of 10. Gimmighoul is towing the line on just being an object. I don't have many feelings for it one way or another. 5 out of 10. Golden Go is another that doesn't really feel like a Pokemon, but I respect it for looking kind of funny. 7 out of 10. Wo-Chan and Chen-Pao both look awesome. 10 out of 10. Tinglu grows on me the more I look at it. It's really neat. 8 out of 10. I love Chinyu with all my heart. 10 out of 10. Roaring Moon makes Mega Salamance's wings look like actual wings. A great choice. 8 out of 10. Iron Valiant is a brilliant combination of Gallade and Gardevoir. It just looks awesome. 9 out of 10. Koraidon is my preferred of the box legendaries. Its colors are pleasing, its hair is very stylish, and I just really enjoyed it throughout Scarlet. 10 out of 10. I like the color scheme and overall aesthetic of Miraidon, even if I personally prefer Koraidon. Still, I see the appeal and I totally get why people prefer it. 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, liking is the best way to let me know. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, maybe consider subscribing. Oh, and Merry Christmas, by the way. This is definitely going to be the last video of 2022, but maybe we can get to 100 subs before the new year? I have a lot of plans for videos in the upcoming year, one of which is a full review of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And what else is happening in 2023?
It's a me.
Oh, of course. Happy New Year, everyone.